Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our daily Walking Dead video for today. First one for this one is we're going to give our thoughts on a recent interview with Scott Gimple, the showrunner, of course, for The Walking Dead, where he talks about Season 8. And as usual, I'll put the link in the description for you guys so you can go ahead and check out the article for yourselves. It's from IGN, so a few different interviews here, but IGN has it kind of all listed there, so you can go through it yourself. So we're going to go over it first, and then we're going to give our thoughts on what it means for Season 8, because, it's pretty awesome to get to hear from the showrunner. Of course, he's the one who handles the general kind of direction of the show, where things are going, and what they're going to look like for the next season. So it says, Showrunner Scott Gimple was making the press rounds Monday to discuss Sunday night's Season 7 finale of The Walking Dead and to offer a few choice morsels about what Season 8 has in store. So it says, quote unquote, I say it's going to be bigger. It's going to be more intense, and I say these things, and I've meant them every year, and I think we've actually accomplished that. Gimple said on AMC's Talking Dead After Show, so VI Entertainment Weekly. This year, same thing. More intense. The first 4 episodes will melt people's minds and break their televisions. So that sounds good. So it sounds like he's saying the first half of the first quarter of The Walking Dead Season 8 sounds like it's going to be really good, which makes a lot of sense because we know that the premiere is episode 100, so they got to do something big for that, and it sounds like that will be the first 4 episodes. So I'm excited to hear that. That really sounds good. Gimple told TV Line, Season 8 is going to be different. They aren't going to meet in Alexandria every weekend and do that. There are twists and turns to it. Definitely some small-scale things and some large-scale things, and a whole different momentum to the story. Now that the various factions are in public conflict and everything is on the table as far as everybody knows who everybody is to each other and what's going on, the narrative changes a lot. It's going to become a bit more kinetic and fast-moving because that's where the story is going. The content is definitely going to be determining the form. So let's stop there. So that's really great to hear that Season 8 is going to be, more fast-paced than Season 7 was. I think one of the complaints about Season 7 was that, after the premiere in that, there's a bit that drags for a while, and it kind of finally picks up the pace. I want to say, mid-season finale was pretty good pace. Second half, most of it was pretty good. Some new developments in that, but in terms of going through the story and kind of the way everything was being handled, it did seem to slow down quite a bit compared to Season 6. So it sounds like with Season 8, we're going to see something more similar to maybe Season 6, Season 5, Season 3. Maybe not quite as fast as Season 3, but something really, really fast and got a lot of momentum going through. So I'm happy to hear that. It says then, it's essentially for the whole world as far as their experience. Gimple explained to Variety, it isn't just their little corner, it's the kingdom and the hilltop too. The governor just wanted them dead. Negan would be happy if everyone was alive and well and working for him. There's a very basic political idea at play here. They want to live in a fair world instead of having it be just Negan's. So having Negan be the king of the zombie apocalypse and they all have to work for him so he's on easy street, right? This kind of idea. Then he says, to that end, that idea feels to me like the beginning of civilization is at stake. This new civilization they want to build rather than live this strange half-life serving a despot. So that's cool. So it's kind of like and we've seen Rick's speeches in the second half here where he talks about fighting for a future, and even if he had to die, or Michonne had to die, or Carl had to die, it's about the future of civilization now. It's about something bigger than just them. And with that, I think he's kind of at peace, knowing that there will be casualties, but it's going to be worth it in the end because whoever wins is likely going to be the group that restarts civilization after the zombies eventually do die out. Gimple singled out one surviving character in particular as having a rocky road ahead in Season 8, and that's Eugene, which we've already done a video on yesterday. If you missed it, it's in the channel. Awesome. I haven't heard these yet, so let's see what he said about Eugene. He said he's Negan in front of everybody, Gimple told Variety. He has still not found the strength to get over his fear. He's still Negan after seeing everything Sasha is doing. I don't think it looks good for Eugene. Oh man, that's crazy. But with everything Sasha said to him, maybe his courage is just lying dormant. So he's not really saying one way or another, but that's really interesting. And you know, if you missed the video yesterday about Eugene, because I released a ton this weekend. By the way, there's lots more in the channel, guys, if you haven't seen. Predictions for, episode 100, and the review for the big finale, and, lots of videos. The doll, the wooden thing message that was left for Daryl from Dwight. All kinds of stuff in the channel. Check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it. But for the Eugene one, I like this, that, we'll have to see what they do with him. He's still Negan after everything Sasha is doing. I don't think it looks good for him, but with everything Sasha said to him, maybe his courage is just lying dormant. So maybe we could see him change again and kind of find his courage again, and when the timing is right, help out our team. So that's what I'm hoping we see from Eugene, and what I'm thinking they'll do with him. I don't think they're going to pull an Andrea and kill him off because of the direction the character goes down. As for the other characters and how they will react to Sasha's death in the Season 7 finale, Gimple told THR, Rick and the group are coming off a win, and even with the loss of Sasha, she was a huge part of that win. She wasn't a victim, she was a team captain in some ways, and that's a good way for them to start the season, and a good place for them to be. This isn't a time of them wringing their hands, it's a time to descend into righteous battle. Awesome. I love it. I love to read that, which is a serious thing. They're not glib about it, but there is something extremely freeing to these people to be involved in such a noble cause. So that's really cool. That sounds to me like kind of confirmation that we're not going to see any kind of time skip or anything weird like that. With episode 100 coming up, next episode, the episode 1 of season 8, it's going to be fast paced. It's going to be action. It's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm excited to see that. That's really great to hear. Gimple said, there will be no mind-blowing temporal shifts in season 8. So it sounds like it'll be a lot of what we kind of expect it to be with All Out War. But would not say if the show's version of the comics All Out War storyline would play out for the entirety of season 8 or just the first half of it. And that's a really good question, because when you look at, they've already covered a good amount of story from All Out War with the finale now, but they have enough left, I think, to at least do the first half. Could they extend it further into a whole season? I think they could, but they already stretched season 7 out quite a bit. They added in the other groups with the Junkyard group and the Oceanside. So I feel like they've already kind of stretched it out enough. So maybe we will see All Out War just be half a season. We'll see. Of course, yeah, he's not gonna confirm that. But you never know with the show, because when you looked at the Hunters, for example, with Terminus, to me it made a lot of sense, and it seemed like they'd probably do that for half a season, and they didn't. They only made that like the first quarter of that season. So that was a bit unexpected. So we'll have to see what they do with All Out War and how they envision that turning out, and whether or not they can think of enough story for it to be the whole season, or if it just be half. There's a lot of twists and turns in All Out War, Part 1 and 2, and aspects of March to War that we didn't completely use, Gimple told THR. And that's true. When I was looking at March to War, there are some things in it that they never did get to. So we'll have to see if they kind of incorporate that this season, how they work it in, remix it, and that should be fun to see. In terms of the comics influence on Season 8, on top of that, there's the expansions within the story of characters that aren't in the book, and situations that totally come from the book, but yet are very different in some circumstances. By virtue of what The Walking Dead is, there is more stuff than was even in the book, and stuff from earlier books that we might be dipping into too. So that's exciting to me. I like to hear that. I love when they kind of take things maybe that they didn't use, or they kind of find ways to kind of integrate them and put them in there, or they add in some new stuff as long as it's quality. Usually it is, for the most part, usually it is. Because 16 episodes with some extended, they got to add in some stuff. They just have to. There's no way around it. Season 8 of AMC's The Walking Dead will premiere in late 2017, and will kick off with the 100th episode of the series. And that's the end of the article. So it's a pretty cool, kind of compilation here, or add in here of all the different little things that he said. Of course, he was on Talking Dead 2 as well, which I'm going to watch later today because I'm off this week. Yes, that's fine. I got some time off. Awesome. So really cool to hear. Just really excited for season 8. All of this, news that we got, information we got from what Gimple has said. It sounds awesome. It sounds like season 8 is going to be really great, and I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to remember that the first 4 episodes, he says, are the ones to really look for, and that makes sense to me because that'll probably be like, maybe it will be somewhat similar to the Hunters, where they kind of brought the Terminus thing in before the finale, and then the next season they like the start of the season was incredible. So I'm really excited, man. I really hope we see like a no sanctuary for episode 100. Tons of zombies. Maybe the group attacks the sanctuary. There is no sanctuary. Maybe the group attacks the sanctuary. Something like that. And we just see all kinds of craziness. And then that spills over into a few episodes and then some different storylines with the first 4. And then maybe for the next part they work in the Junkyard Group or Oceanside or something. I don't know. New development, we'll have to see. And then we'll have to see what they do with the second half of the season, and if they do some kind of time skip, which I wouldn't be surprised to see if they did a time skip after the war eventually ended. If I'm going to do a prediction, I think it'll be probably the first half. And I can't really think of a way, based on where we're at right now, that they would be able to take what they've got remaining of All Out War and stretch that into a whole season, but I wouldn't put it past them either. If they add in enough stuff, I guess they could. But for me right now, it's looking like half a season. So let me know what you guys think. I think we'll call it here for today because I did a lot of videos last few days. I think like 6 from Sunday and Monday. So check those out if you guys missed any, if you want to watch another one. And that'll be it for today's. Write the comments below, guys. What do you think about what Gimple's saying about Season 8? The fast pace, the action, all this kind of stuff. You guys know I love it. They're killing it, absolutely. So really excited for Season 8. Can't wait to see it. Write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And, of course, also send through the questions. Got lots of questions. Going to add them in and going to continue right along with the daily Walking Dead videos, probably for at least a couple weeks, guys. So still buzzing from the finale. Still really, really excited after seeing that. It was a really great finale. And I have another video for you guys tomorrow for sure. So send in your questions. If you like this video, please thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you want to get these videos daily in your subscriber feed, do not forget, click the subscribe button at the bottom left to get them all. That's it for this one. See you guys again tomorrow. And in those other videos yesterday, check out the ones you haven't seen. It's Trev, saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.